We're live. Hop in, guys. Don't be shy.
None of the Liberal MPs have been treated the same way by the Liberal Party to show that the government empowers.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope everybody had a good St. Patrick's Day. They've had a beautiful day here. Worked out in the garden all day. Hey, Caleb, how's it going, man? Hey, I hear you're getting a palm tree. That's pretty cool. Right on. 2 hour trip, but it's worth it. 2 hour drive. I guess a 2 hour drive west of your place, I'm guessing. Just watching something on Trudeau on my other computer, man. That guy's just such a scam artist. Well, she never messaged me back still. Oh, hopefully she'll message you back. Hopefully nobody else scooped it. Did you get it for free? Is it like a free palm? All the big palms I got here that I've taken out of people's gardens, I've actually got for free. I've never paid. I get a lot of people giving me palms. So big palms I've never paid for. Hello from Poland. Hello, Michael. How's it going? Good to see you in there. I guess you guys are about 9 hours ahead of us. We had a beautiful day here today, just over 12 degrees Celsius. It's free, and she hasn't invested. Make sure you bring a couple people with you to lift it. It's going to be heavy. Yeah, that's a good size palm. It'll be very heavy. You're going to need a few guys. 500 if we were to buy it. Oh, yeah. Make sure you bring all the right equipment to move it, something to get it up onto the back of your truck, right? Like a piece of plywood or something to shimmy it up, ropes, whatever. Root pick, good shovels, you know. I don't know what her soil's like. If it's rocky, you're going to need maybe a pick, wrecking bar. Anyway, yeah, the palms I've dug out here, big ones, I've always had people to give me a hand. We have spring day 15. Nice. That's good, Michael. Plus 15. You got to like that. Ooh, that is warm. Yeah, we were just over 12 here today. I think 12.4, something like that. So getting good. Getting good. We worked out in the garden all day today and just absolutely beautiful. I cut the fronds off the tree fern. You can see the video. They got fried in the December cold blast we had. It was pretty cold. Got down just to below minus 6.6 degrees Celsius, fried those fronds. So anyway, I cut them off, use them for mulch around the tree fern, and it's already pushing fronds out. It's actually got fiddlehead starting to emerge on it, which is a good thing, which is a very good thing. Turn this off. Skip coming in from the Hawaiian Islands. But yeah, no, early spring here, and I don't see any cold coming, which is a good thing. I'm going to see the forecast here right now. Let's just see. 7-day Gulf Island. 7-day Gulf Island forecast. Let's see what they say. I'll go to my other computer here and see what they say. 7. Watch it say snow. Wouldn't that be awful? It is possible. No, tomorrow's going to be 13, sunny. Today was sunny. 11, 11, 10, 12, 10. Low temperature, 5, 7, 6. Okay, so I don't see any cold weather in sight for us. Looks like winter is behind us. Normal temperatures at this time of the year, 11 and 3. So highs of 11 Celsius and minimum of 3. Wow. Lowest temperature recorded on this date, record low, 0.5 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature on this date. So in 2002 was 0.5, and the highest temperature recorded was in 1983, 16 degrees Celsius. There you go. That's some of the weather data for our island. Not too shabby. What is the best weather forecast? What is the best weather forecast? The best weather forecast is with no snow and no frost. But anyway, our weather looks good. So no snow and no frost is all good. Is all good. Did I? Oh, let's just see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so it looks good. Anyway, 15 is a good temperature too for this time of the year. If we get to 15, that would be absolutely awesome. but I'm not seeing any 15s, but I see a 13, but it could be 15. It could be 15 tomorrow, Michael. If it says 13, give or take, just depending on location, right? So we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, all the palm trees are doing good. Tree fern is doing good. Things are growing. There's things blooming here. And it's looking like it is going to be a good spring for us here on the Gulf Islands, which I rather enjoy, right? Let's just see here. Okay, beauty. It was almost 60 today. Tomorrow, see, that's good. Mid low 20s, low 30s. That's okay. 60 in the day is okay. We'll take 20s night. Wendy just got back from Soyuz or Oliver, where her aunt lives, and it was like that up there. Warm in the day, but cool at night. It was desert. It's desert where her aunt lives. It's about an hour, around an hour flight from our coast to Soyuz. About an hour, something like that. So she flew. She flew back. She got back on Friday. Was it Friday? Thursday. She got back on Thursday. Thursday afternoon, she got back. She was gone a week up there. She said, "Oh, I'd like to move up there." I'm not going to move up there. But it'd be a nice place to visit for sure. Definitely a nice place to visit. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. We keep. I just planted Musabaju bulb in the grass. Cool. That's okay. Good time to plant. Ground's warming up. Just make sure it doesn't freeze. Maybe mulch it or something if you're going to get cold. Which trip shows the most accurate weather forecast? Ours is 7-day Southern Gulf Island forecast. I'll show you. I'll post. Let's find it here. I got a 7-day. This is the forecast I use here. I'm going to post a link for. We have our own forecast here, Michael, on the Gulf Islands. It's different than Vancouver or Victoria. This is our forecast right here. Yeah, good, Caleb. Mulch. That's the forecast I use for the Gulf Islands here. Yeah, ours is, like I say, we have our own forecast here. Let's just see. I'm reading comments on another. I have a stock that's still in front yard. Oh, wow, cool. Good for you. Yeah, I moved our bananas, our pitiful bananas, up to the upper garden last year. But if we move, I really don't care about them. I probably won't grow bananas anymore. I'll just be growing more palm trees, because we are thinking of putting the house for sale. And, we're thinking on moving, man. Thinking on moving. Oh, so hopefully somebody enjoys this place as much as we do. We want to downsize, right? That's what we do. We want to get a smaller. Oh, yes, you move to. Yeah, but you know what? No, Wendy's got different plans now. Her plan is Mexico kind of worries her just moving straight down there. So she's more thinking buy a place on Vancouver Island and then go down and check out Mexico to make sure we actually like it and stay down there and visit for a while. And if we don't like it, then it's probably a good thing that we didn't buy down there. But if we like it, we could buy down there. So that's her plan. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, you know what? Mexico's never been my favorite place, to tell you the truth. I've always liked Hawaii. I just feel safer in the U.S. myself, and I know Mexico can be kind of sketchy. And we keep hearing that from our friends. We keep hearing that from our friends that have been down there, and it says you got to watch it. You can easily get robbed and stuff down there. So, if I had my way, I'd rather move to Maui, but it's not easy for us to move to Maui. So, anyway, it might be just better downsizing, going to Vancouver Island, starting a new garden if we put our house up for sale, because we're talking about it, and then just visit some of these places. Too much? Yeah, I know it's pretty bad. It's supposed to be, yeah, I know. It's still very dangerous in Mexico. It's true, Caleb. It's a pretty sketchy place. Lots of people end up getting freaking wiped out down there. So you just never know if you're going to get caught in the crossfire of some shootout, right? Which would be kind of scary. So I've never had a problem on the Hawaiian Islands, and that's honestly why we like to travel to the United States, because it is safe. It's not a third world country, and I've been to Hawaii 26 times now, and I've never ever had a problem on the Hawaiian Islands ever. I feel totally safe. in Hawaii. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? So anyway, like she, yeah. So what is well, you can't move to the U.S. You have to be. It's you'd have to have like a dual citizenship. It's not easy for a Canadian to move to the U.S. Isn't that crazy? I mean, if I was Mexican and came across the line illegally, I could probably come in as an illegal alien. But yeah, you'd have to have enough it's money to support yourself in the states. And I do get a pension, but it's not that easy to move to the states. It really isn't. I know. It's I'd love to move to the states. I would love to. Never tried. Wendy lived in the states when she was younger. She lived in North Dakota, but I think if you're going to retire down there, you need enough money to where the government never has to. I guess they worry about supporting you, so you'd have to have a certain amount of income coming in, and also the medical is a little different. So I don't know if I could afford. Like here, we don't pay for medical. I don't pay for any of the medical, even though I'm retired, and like I got covered when I was at work. But I still, even when you're retired, you don't pay or anything when you go to the doctor here. And if I could move to Maui, I would move there in a heartbeat, man. You have no idea. And same with Wendy. We could totally live in Maui. If I could live in Brookings, Oregon, I'd live in Brookings, Oregon too. If I couldn't live in Hawaii and I could live where mainland U.S., it'd be like Florida, maybe Brookings, Oregon. I like that. I like northern coastal California. Yeah, it's just a lot of red tape involved to move to the states. I could stay down there for 6 months, but I'd have to come back to Canada. And if I move out of Canada, I don't want to come back to Canada. And I'd like to live in a free state if I could. Like Arkansas is a free state, Florida is a free, Texas. Yeah, I know. Green card. So I don't know. Wendy's dad used to work in North Dakota. He was a professor at a university. So he used to teach anthropology, and she lived in North Dakota. Their family lived there when she was a kid, but she doesn't have any green card. So I don't know if you needed a green card back then, but if Wendy had a green card and was a dual citizen, and because I'm married to her, I could easily go to the States. So what I'm going to have to do is probably have to divorce Wendy and marry an American. Don't tell her. Shh, it's a secret. I'm going to tell her I'm going on a holiday. Just kidding. Yeah. So North Dakota. Wow. Yeah. She lived in North Dakota back in the late 1960s, but she said it was really cold. Winter was brutally cold, man. She remembers walking to school in big snow banks and just ugly cold. Yeah. I don't know if I could live in North Dakota. I mean, to visit, I think would be kind of cool, but to live there, yeah, I think it's too cold for me, man. Way too cold for me. So I would stick with Oregon. I think you're living in a good place. Oregon's a nice place. I love Oregon and I love the Hawaiian Islands. That's like I've always enjoyed going to Oregon, especially the Oregon coast. Oregon coast, absolutely spectacular. And you're lucky. It doesn't take you that long to get to the Oregon coast. Here, once I get to the mainland, it's about a 6 hour drive to get to Astoria. It'd probably be about 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours straight down the coast to get to Astoria, Oregon, something like that. Not too bad. Done it many times. Not much in Astoria, but there's sure a lot more when you go farther down. I want Florida, Miss Texas. Yeah, yeah, those are good states. Tennessee, Mississippi. Tennessee would worry me because of tornadoes. Mississippi, yeah, Mississippi would be nice. Texas, Georgia, nice. Yeah, you could easily move there. Yeah, you got some good options. Very good options, man. I'd do it if I were you. I wouldn't even think about it, man. I'd just do it. If I was old enough, man, I'd be gone down to one of those. Well, you know what? You could also go to Brookings, Oregon, too. Brookings is a pretty cool place. Can you imagine the jungle garden you could create in Brookings, Oregon? Oh my God. I thought about that. Like if you move to a place like Brookings, Oregon, you could grow everything pretty much under the sun that, well, I mean, more than what they grow there. I mean, some people take advantage of the climate, but you literally could have a full blown jungle garden, like with date palms and Washingtonias and bananas green year round and queen palms and king palms grow there and uh, not Cook Island pines, Norfolk Island pines, you name it, and it grows in Brookings, man. It's insane. It's insane. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I've been there. I've stayed there, and it's just, I loved it, man. I just love Brookings. So yeah, yeah, tornadoes. That's the only thing is the tornadoes um, in Tennessee. That would freak me out. I don't like tornadoes. Tornadoes. I know it's that would be freaky. Can you imagine having an amazing garden and a tornado comes and just rips it all to shreds? That would be terrible. And then I know in Florida they do get hurricanes, right? Going to Seaside. Oh, are you going to Seaside? Cool. Oh, nice, man. Seaside is awesome. We used to take the kids to an arcade there. They got this crazy cool arcade. Nice promenade. They got an aquarium there. Seaside is a great town. You'd like it there. Not many palms, but more palms could grow there easily. I drove around. I did see palms, but not as many as I would like to see. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that'll be fun. Or that'll be a nice drive. That's probably what about a 2 hour drive from you, maybe something like that. Would it be 2 hours? I planted a few of my trachycarpus in Newport, and I went back here to see if they grew, and they didn't even grow. Is that right? It's cooler over there. Newport is definitely cooler where you are. You get more heat units than them. Their winters are milder, but their summers are way cooler, and I know that because I've been there. Uh, Yeah, no, I know they. Where you see lots of nice palms. Go down to Reedsport, Coos Bay, Bandon. There's lots of acacia trees down there. It's amazing. Yeah, you won't be disappointed if you go to Brookings. You will be, and you know what I like? I like Florence too. Yeah, they will. That's the problem. They will salt spray. It's same with Lincoln City and a lot of those coastal areas. They do rust out. Yeah, yeah. Salt spray is really bad for vehicles. Very bad for vehicles. I want to live in Florida, but yeah, I don't like. You'd have to live more inland and more north, maybe. That's the thing with some of these places. You know, you think the grass is greener on the other side, but it's not, man. It's really not. It can be pretty scary, man. Yep. So, I mean, every place has its drawbacks. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Florida, nice place, but a hurricane would be really freaking scary. You see, it rips the. It not only can just damage your house, but can also destroy your garden. California would be nice, but it's yeah, I know that's the problem. It's no better than British Columbia. I like the climate in California too, but yeah, I know. California, yeah. Hey Joe, Anthony, Squatch Adventures, good to see you in there. Good to see you in there, man. Hope all is well. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all my Irish friends out there. I'm not Irish. We just drove past your tiki house. Oh, did you? When were you here? When did you drive by? You might be seeing a sale sign out here before you know it, right? We're thinking on selling. Politics wouldn't matter to me because if the world wasn't going the way it is. I know. I've never really followed politics until now because I just can't stand what's going on. I just absolutely hate it. What's going on? It's just terrible. Yeah, Anthony, when did you drive past our place? Was it recent? You know where we are on the north end of the island. Yeah, it's pretty crazy what's going on, man. It really is very very crazy. Hard to believe, man. It seems almost sci-fi, doesn't it? Right? Seems almost sci-fi. We stayed around the island for. Oh, did you? Oh, really? Oh man, we got people checking in here tomorrow. We had somebody a couple weeks ago, and we have somebody checking in tomorrow for 3 nights. We have accommodations here, right? So got it really looking good. I worked out in the garden today, and it's looking really good. 18 October, so cutting the vote time. 18 in October, so I'm cutting the vote time close. Oh wow, interesting. And Anthony decided to vote. Yeah, get rid of the guy that's in there, man. We came a few days ago back in Pemberton. I would love to live on one of the islands. Hey, well, maybe you know somebody wants to buy our house, Anthony. We're thinking on selling it. We're thinking on selling it. We really are thinking on moving, man. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Wendy's kind of like worried about. We were thinking that, but we went through the process, and it failed because of the mandates. So, and then plus they lost a um, important piece of document, one of our documents. So she's more thinking move to Vancouver Island, downsize, and then maybe check out Costa Rica or Mexico down there to visit, and then see if we actually like it or not. You know what I mean? Stay down there for a period of time, right? And we'll see what happens. You see, the Putin has a warrant. Really? Putin has a warrant for his. You see that Putin has a warrant for whose arrest? Whose arrest? Trump's? You see, Putin has a warrant for his arrest. Oh, you think Putin has a warrant for him? They have a warrant for Putin? Are you kidding? Unreal. They'll never. No, God, yeah, unreal. What are they going to do when they catch him? What are they going to do when they get him? Put him in jail? Unreal. Unbelievable. Wow. Quadra Island's nice. I've been there a few times. Last time Wendy and I were there was 2012. We stayed there a couple nights at some kind of resort, and I used to go fishing up there too. And I go up Campbell River, and I go over to April Point. It was beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love Quadra Island. Big island. Not much there, but it's a very nice place. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty amazing. Cortez is supposed to be nice too. Yeah. So there's a lot of beautiful places. There's a lot of beautiful places to see on the coast here. Well, you know what they got to do? They should issue that for Trudeau too, Caleb. They really should get rid of that guy. Put him in jail, man. But he for what he's done is unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. It's hard to believe that that guy's still in power. Unreal with the stuff that's going on in Canada and in the U.S. too. I mean, Biden's no better. Right, guy's pretty bad. But I'm looking forward to travel again. So if we move, and I mean, we don't even know if the house will sell right away. It could take forever to sell. Hey, Joe, I'm late to join. That's all right, Barefooted Gardener. That's okay. Better late than never. I'm only 26 minutes and 39 seconds into the live stream. I was on my radio and I decided to do a last minute live stream. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a last minute live stream. I know it's later. I'll maybe go to around 9 o'clock and then I'll pull the plug and then head to bed. So, yeah. Which part of Maine Island would you? If we moved to the Big Island, it'd be like Cowichan Bay or Chemainus, somewhere around there. So just across from Salt Spring Island. Really, it's not that far. Oh, you're playing guitar. Cool. My oldest son used to take guitar lessons. Ryan. He was actually getting pretty good at it too. He was really good at guitar lessons, right? I want to save up 30 to 45 to 10. See, that's cheap. You'd never, ever find anything on Salt Spring for 40K. And I'm sure it goes the same way in Oregon. But if you go to Arkansas or Mississippi, you're going to find something like that. Here, land is so freaking expensive. Like try 500,000 for like probably a lot. So no, that's the place to go to the southern states. I know it's too expensive here, and that's where we actually really want to downsize to. Can live a better life, and just it's very expensive to live here. 4 acres, 40 in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. Oh well, that's still not too bad. Yeah, if I could move there, I would, but I can't. So unless I win the lottery, if I win the lottery, then I could easily move to the states. But um, I'm not going to count on winning the lottery. I buy lottery tickets once in a blue moon. But yeah, there's a lot of beautiful places in Oregon. I know that for a fact. Yeah, excuse me. I've been to Oregon many times. Been to Oregon many times. You know what I really like is Medford. I really like Medford and Roseburg. Hey, how's it going there, Abstract Tom, Lemming Hater? Good to see you in there. Hope all is well in Illinois, right? Illinois. Anyway, I did, like I said, I cut the tree fern fronds off today, and you can see the video, and it's already pushing out. Fronds are just starting to come out. If you are still on, when I will and say hi. Okay, cool. Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Who knows how long a place will take to sell, right? I mean, it could take a year to sell. See, Wendy's not in a hurry to sell the place. She's going to put it at a pretty decent price, like a higher price, and then people can, offer on it. But I said, when you put it at a high price, it's not going to sell right away. But she doesn't care. I don't even want to imagine what would happen. Yeah, if I won the lottery, man, I would be in Hawaii. I'd be in Hawaii for sure. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about that. Be awesome. Oh, God, I'd buy a place in Maui. I just got back from River's Edge, which is where people with anger issues go. And really, do you have anger issues, Tom? We had to take a course like that at work where I used to work. Trying not to, I don't know if it was anger management, but she came in and talked to everybody I worked with. It was like a course how to deal with situations without blowing up. See, because I I blow up when somebody tries to attack me. I attack them back, but even more fierce. And I just say, you don't throw rocks at a man with a machine gun. So, because I've worked with a lot of people in the park, working in the parks, and a lot of those guys do drugs and they drink a lot, and some of them get very belligerent, and sometimes they try to attack you, mostly verbally, and I've been attacked verbally many times, but I give them back 100% worse. If somebody attacks me verbally, I come back at them 100% nastier. And then so yeah, we had to take this course for that. I've had to fill out incident reports, several of them over the years, because I've got into altercations with people in the park, right? So 18. Oh, I'd love to win that, man. Yeah, Powerball. Oh man. Anyway, so abstract Tom, anger issues. So do you have anger issues, Tom? Are you going there to chill out? Tom was going to chill out. Anyway, I don't have anger issues, but I just don't like when somebody's like in my face. It's not cool. It's not cool when people get in my face, especially when you get some of these trolls in here. Remember that JL guy in Nova Scotia? That guy was weird, man. He was weird. But he's not in here anymore because he's blocked. The machines don't care about age. That's right. That's right. You got it. So I guess you have to be 21. Here you have to be 19 to buy. I think it's 19 to buy lottery tickets. I think it is. It's 19 to buy cigarettes. I think it's 19 to buy cigarettes. I think it'd be lottery tickets too. 19 to drink. You have to be 19 to drink here. So I'm assuming it's the same for lottery tickets. I don't know. I better look that up. How old do you have to be? Age to buy. Let's see. I'll Google it. Lottery tickets. Minimum age. However, it does appear that 18 is typically 18 years old. 18 years old to buy a lottery ticket. Okay. Cool. Well, that's good. Oh, wouldn't that be nice to win the Powerball lottery? What is it up to? 600 million? That's the thing with the states. They have these mega lotteries. Oh, yeah. These casinos are 21. Yeah, we have casinos here too. Are you satisfied with your governments? No, I'm not. Oh man, unreal. Yep. I just checked my lottery ticket the other day, and it wasn't a winner. Unfortunately, I have won a few times, small amounts. Like 120 bucks. One time I won 160, but I remember going. Well, I've been on several cruises, and I've won in the casinos there. And it wasn't enough to make me rich. Taxes US are 50%. Yeah, here you get it all. I know it's crazy, eh? So here you get it all. When you win a lottery, it's tax free, which is a good thing. And we do have big ones too, like for 60 million. I mean, 60 million's fine. You know what I mean? I'm happy if I win $1 million. But yeah, you get to keep it all. If you win 6 million, you get 6 million. That's the way it is, right? I'm just reading some of the good old days things on I'm on Facebook. God, they're selling a pair of brass knuckles. Wow, that's pretty badass. They stopped that one at the. Whoa, and it's a knife too. My God, that's got to be a U.S. thing. Yeah, I'm happy if I win $10. I'm happy if I win anything. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be nice to win. Nice to win big, man. It would definitely. It would definitely change our lives, wouldn't it? Just think of the palms you could buy. Think you could buy yourself a chunk of property wherever you wanted. You could go to Florida. Actually, New Mexico's a good place too. Hey, Caleb, I hear New Mexico's a really good place. I have a cousin that lives in New Mexico, but could you imagine if you won like even a couple of $1 million, right? And you could buy your dream property in Florida or whatever, and then you could buy all the nice palms you wanted. I like old antiques. They bring this. I like old antiques too. I love retro things, Tom. I'm the same way, man. I love old things. That's why I have a lot of old radios here. Like a lot of my radios are really old. Like you see these ones here. I'll show you something. This one's 1975. This is like early 1970s. This is like around 1975. This one's 1977, bought in 77. This microphone I bought used in 1977. And this radio I bought in 1978. So, and I got some other ones too. I got some really old radios here. And anyway, my radios are kind of out of commission right now. I blew up my power supply the other day, so I can't run any mega power right now. So I'm not getting out the way I used to. I'm going to start a fire with my buddies. Have a good night. Oh, cool, man. Nice. If I win, I'll buy. Oh, you're an awesome dude. Well, you can come and stay with me then. You can come and visit us and stay with us. That'd be awesome. I'll send you back with some of our palm trees. Yeah, that'd be very nice of you. I'd like to go to Maui. Maui would be it, man. Like that would be my dream place is to go to the Hawaiian Islands and live out the rest of my days in a tropical paradise. And yeah, I would prefer to live in the States. I do feel much safer in the US than if I was to go to Mexico, right? Anyway, have fun around your fire. And yeah, maybe crack out some smokies or something there. Smoky dogs and marshmallows. The weather here is really good, Barefooted Gardener. Today was about 12.4 degrees Celsius, sunshine, so around 55 degrees. And right now it is, let me tell you what it is. It is 7 degrees Celsius. So it's 44, it's around 44 degrees Fahrenheit. The last frost day expected by May. Yeah, our frost, I think, is all done here. We haven't had frost in a while. So I think our frost is done. Everything's looking really good. Everything's pretty happy out in the garden right now. Thank God. I think it's safe to say winter is done here on the Gulf Islands. We are done on the Gulf Islands with winter. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But there are cold areas on Salt Spring Island, Tom, that do get late frost. It's 26 degrees outside in my area. Hey, think about it. 26 degrees could be worse, right? You always got to think that on a cold night. 26 degrees, yeah, that's cold, but it could be colder. You could be in Alberta where it's probably minus 20. What is the temperature in Edmonton? Let's see. I'm going to tell you what it is in Alberta right now. Let's go to Edmonton. It would have to be very cold in Edmonton. Edmonton weather. Okay, let's see. It's got to be deep freeze there. It is. Oh, it's only -1. What? Get out of here. -1. Tomorrow's going to be 2 degrees Celsius. That's crazy. Edmonton? That's shocking. Wow. Usually a lot colder. Very crazy. Crazy weather, man. I wonder what it is in Nova Scotia. What would the temperature be in Halifax weather? Halifax weather. It is 1 degrees, and I see tomorrow's going to be 7. Then the next day, 5, -4, 3, -2, 9, 0. Then I see highs of 8, then -3, -2, -1. I see some -1. So pretty normal temps in the day. It gets really cold in Alberta. Too cold for this guy. No palm trees in Alberta. Well, there is actually in the mall. JL would know the weather. And yeah, JL, good old JL. Well, JL can't tell us because he's actually booted off of this page. Yeah. What is this? Not even this legal client, but a special activity. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, good old JL. What does JL stand for anyway? What does it stand for? We wonder, right? Anyway, I wonder how his palm trees are doing. in Nova Scotia, the ones that don't get protected, right? Anyway, JL we know was a troll. You know, he was posting pictures of stuff for me. John Love, yeah, maybe that's it. John Love, yeah. You never know, right? Could be. Wow. I'm just watching some stuff on Twitter. I don't know. Are any of you guys on Twitter? I'm on. I'm on Twitter too. His palms are plastic. Yeah, no kidding. They probably are. I see six. It will be 16 Fahrenheit in my area, so that's about -9, I think. -9. I think 16 is -9. It's getting down there, man. I've never had that cold here. Coldest I've been here was around 17.5, 18 degrees, something like that. So, anyway, it was cold enough to nuke the tree fern fronds, and you can see a video. I just shot a video of it today. So check out the video. It's on my YouTube channel, and you can see what the tree fern looks like. I was pruning the fronds off of it today. How to remove old fronds from Tasmanian tree fern, because they did get fried in the cold snap in December. And you know, it's only been 4 times or so since I planted it 29 years ago that those fronds have actually fried off from cold. So if the temperature gets below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, they will fry the fronds on a Tasmanian tree fern. So that's why it's always important to protect the inner crown of a Tasmanian tree fern. Never let that freeze. The most cold tolerant part of a tree fern is the trunk, then the fronds, and the least cold tolerant is the excuse me, where the fronds emerge, right? The croziers. And if that freezes, well, you can pretty much kiss it goodbye. Kiss the tree fern goodbye. It will kill them if that freezes solid. So anyway, just looking at the weather here. So our weather is going to be pretty good. Spring is Monday. I think. Yeah, I think the first. I think the first day of spring is Monday, which is good. The leaves don't usually grow back on the trees until late. Is that right? We got trees. The leaves are coming out here now on any deciduous tree. We got one that's full leaves right now. I should actually do a video of it. Yeah, it's amazing. They come out really early here. Most of our island is evergreen though. It's very, very green all the time. Same with me, Tom. Is that right? Yeah, no, they come out here early. I was looking out in the garden because Wendy and I were out in the garden all day working, doing kind of spring cleanup, and some things are full leaf already. The honey bush is full leaves. Uh, Hydrangeas have leaves coming out on them. Lilacs are fully budded. The ribes, flowering currants, got some flowers on it already. I'm seeing what else is blooming in the garden. Cyclamen has been blooming a while. Aconites are done. Snowdrops are just about done. Daffodils are blooming. There's primulas in bloom in the garden. We know pansies, ranunculus blooming, Virginia's blooming, Helleborus blooming. There's lots of stuff blooming in our garden right now. Yeah, so it's a nice time of the year on Salt Spring Island. It looks like spring out there. I saw a banana slug yesterday, and lots of frogs making noises out there. Those little tree frogs, which is a good thing. So all signs are pointing to spring. I just saw the first snowdrop. Oh, cool! Right on. Nice, nice. I love snowdrops. Snowdrops are great. Helleborus, amazing. Wendy has them all over the garden. Helleborus everywhere, everywhere. Anyway, if we move, we'll be taking a few things with us, put it that way. We will take out a few plants here and there. I like the overcast sky better, and sunny days are. I like the overcast sky better than sunny days, but sunny days. Well, you like the overcast day. Well, we get lots of overcast here in the wintertime. It doesn't mean we always get rain, but we do have a lot of more overcast days here in the North Pacific. That's just the way it is this far north. Yeah. I'm just reading some stuff. I'm reading Twitter and I'm reading the comments too. I'm on Twitter on one uh, laptop and just the crap that's going on here. Oh my God. I call him the crime minister. Just absolutely terrible, this guy. It's just, how does this guy still stay in power? I don't get it. It's just beyond me. It really is. My God. Uh, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have an early spring. I really do. It's nice to put winter behind us. I'm kind of done with it. And I didn't think our winter was actually that bad. I really didn't. It was we had our cold blast in we had a bad cold blast. Well, 4 days in December, and that was enough, like I say, to nuke the tree fern fronds. But other than that, overall, it wasn't a bad winter. And we did have snow too. That was the part that sucked more than the cold. Yep. Yes. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well out there, despite what's going on the planet. The biggest GoFundMe scam in history. True or false? Ukraine. Are any of you guys on Twitter? See, I'm trying to read this with that eye, and I'm trying to read this with my right eye. The first frost date, well, was October 15th. Yeah, ours was, when was ours? Ours was, I think it was in November. I think last year it was actually in November. Yeah, for sure. Pretty sure it was. It was actually, we got it earlier. I'm pretty sure we did. Or maybe it was beginning of December. But yeah. And Instagram. I'm on Instagram too. I don't know. I'll follow you guys if you're on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I posted a lot of garden pics on there today. Right? Greetings from Boise. Hey, Stephen, good to see you in there, man. Yeah, I've been going for 48 minutes and 16 seconds. And I know, well, you guys are an hour ahead of us, so it's not that bad. But a lot of people are probably 3 hours ahead of us. So I don't expect them to be on here. No, I don't have social media. Oh, you don't have social media. That's probably a smart thing sometimes, Tom. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I've been on Facebook since 2006 or 2007. Burgers. Oh, nice. I like burgers, man. Burgers are good. Tonight we had pasta. We had skewered shrimp, big, like they're almost like prawns. We had bangers, sausages, and we had free range eggs. So we had a whole mix mash of stuff for dinner, right? But yeah, it was a good dinner. I like a good dinner. I don't know what we're gonna have. I don't know what we're gonna have tomorrow, but burgers, you can't go wrong with burgers, man. Burgers, I love, especially barbecue. Are you barbecuing them? I'm guessing you're barbecuing them, right? And you can barbecue year round. I had dinner with my dad. I had Panera. What's Panera? I'm not too sure what that is. Is that a pasta? Today I ate some red potatoes, and red potatoes are good too. I like potatoes. WF have their way. We're all going to be eating crickets. Grilling burgers are the best. They are, man. I totally agree, man. Oh, I love a burger. Load her up. You put cheese in there too, Stephen. You got to put some cheese in there. Yeah. And sometimes when we go to A&W, I'll get a really good burger with everything in it. But one time I went there and I got one with double patties. It's like that was a lot of meat, but you know what? Yes, extra cheese, man. Extra cheese. How about pickles, lettuce, tomatoes? Do you like load it up with everything? Hey, you know what else is good in a burger too? Fry some mushrooms up, mushrooms, and you can put bacon in there. I mean, you could make like a gigantic burger, just load it up. But I love a mushroom mozzarella burger. Oh, so good. I'm in the mood for a burger now. Maybe we should do burgers tomorrow. Love burgers, man. Just love them. And you know what? Like I say, you can barbecue year round. Lettuce, tomatoes, grilled mushrooms. Yes, that's a burger, man. That is a burger. Grill and mushrooms. Oh, that just kind of like tops it off right there. And cheese. Who doesn't like burgers, right? Except maybe vegans. Oh, they'd probably eat vegan burgers though, right? They'd probably eat something that's made out of plants. I got to eat the meat, man. No offense to you vegans out there or vegetarians, but I like meat. I am a meat eater, and nothing like a good homemade burger. You can't beat a homemade burger. And now, hey, Steven, do you make your own patties? Is it panini? Oh, panini. Soup, oh, okay. I know panini. Right on. I've never heard it called Panera. Panini. Soup, salad. Oh, nice. I like paninis. Getting hungry. I'm getting hungry all over again, man. And I had a big dinner. You guys are making me hungry. I'm in the mood for a burger. Panini would be good too. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I still got dessert waiting for me. We went to the bakery today and bought a kind of like an apple strudel roll. It's really good. But there's an Italian restaurant in town and they make really good paninis, amazing pasta. Everything's homemade, the pasta there. It's all made from scratch there. His machines, the pasta machines, came from Italy. He came from Italy. He moved to the island about 15 years ago from Italy, opened up this little hole in the wall pasta place in town. I was busy. There's a few little seats you can sit in there, but it's mostly takeout. But it's the best pasta, man. It's like, oh my God. You can buy it to take home and eat. You can buy just the raw noodles and even the sauces. He sells olive oil in there, or you can buy the pasta and just eat it there, right? Or bring it home. Like I say, Wendy and I have bought lots of pasta from him, and it is so yummy. It just is so yummy. Starving now. I put a lot of garlic in my pasta. Trudeau's oh, something just came up with Trudeau there. It popped up in the news. We got some nice organic patties from Costco. Oh yeah, yeah. Those top sirloin patties too. We get those Costco. You can't go wrong. And we buy some of the top sirloin burgers here from the local store too, and they're just so freaking good, man. And it is easier than making your own. Spring COVID boosters will start in April. Oh my God. Still pushing that stuff. Unbelievable. Uh, Unreal. Yeah, that's one thing. See, that's the thing. If we move to Vancouver Island, we don't have to take the ferry anymore. Like here, you got to take the ferry everywhere, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. And Wendy likes to go to Costco. She really does. She loves to go to Costco and stock up on lots of good food. And you buy bulk there, right? And it's cheaper. She's got her Costco card. It's going to be nice when the U.S. drops their travel mandates, and I can actually fly somewhere. Could fly to Hawaii. Unreal. I'm just some of the news, man. It's just unbelievable. Organic patties. Yeah, that's the way to go, Stephen. Organic patties. If you can get organic, that's the best way. All the fruit trees here have buds. Really good. So you guys are getting an early spring too in Idaho. That is a good thing. Right on. I think a lot of people are going to have an early spring, especially in the North Pacific, and it looks like that's the way here anyway. I don't see. I think cold's behind us now. I don't see any. I don't see any cold in sight. So it's. I'm quite happy about that. Unbelievable. Oh God, I just can't believe this stuff about Trudeau. Unbelievable. Sickening, actually. I still haven't any. We still have freezing nights, but not below 30. Well, it's not that bad. That's not that cold. If it's not below 30, they're not going to harm anything you grow there. Up to 60 centimeters snow bears down on northern Ontario. Snow squalls for south. Wow, 60. Oh, let's see what it is in Toronto. Hope the nasty cold. I hope so too, barefooted gardener. I hope so. Let's see what Toronto is. What's Toronto weather? Toronto weather. I'm curious. That's pretty mild in Toronto. Well, no. Saturday is going to be high as 0, lows of -6. Tonight, -1. So tomorrow's going to be cold. Their weather's really up and down there. It's really inconsistent. All the potted cold hardy palms are out for the year. Cool. Yeah, same with ours too. I brought everything out of the tiki hut. Well, except for 2 giant yuccas. I have 2 giant yuccas in there I have to bring out. But everything else is out of the tiki hut. And the date palms are out. Hey, so the date palm made it through another winter. The one with the bucket over it. You saw the video. I got the video of it. It made it through another winter. Unbloody believable, eh? Tough little bugger. Tough little palm tree with minimal protection. Very minimal protection. Wendy's actually got to shoot a video. She hadn't shot a video in a while. 35 views. There's her flight coming in. Wendy just flew in the other day from the desert region of British Columbia. So she liked it up there. She says, "Hey Joe, you'd really like Soyuz. You should move up there." It's like, I'm not going to move up there, man. But it is a pretty cool growing area if you want to grow some desert stuff. I think Vancouver Island's in store. But anyway, like I say, we have to get this house up for sale, and who knows how long it'll take to sell. It could sell fast, or it could take a long time to sell. The market's kind of changing a little bit now, and the market's changing. There's more houses. If more houses are on the market, then things take a little bit longer to sell. There's my St. Patrick's Day video. I put one of those on at the late this afternoon. I went out in the garden. I shot a video of the garden. That's good. My trackies are dead, but the sables and needle palms. Cool. Gotta love that. You gotta love sables and needle palms. King of the frost beaters. Barefooted gardener. King of the frost beaters. I love, you know what? If I couldn't grow Trachycarpus here, I would be happy growing sable minor and needle palms. They are actually one of my 2 favorite, most cold hardy palms. I love sable minors. Absolutely love needle palms. I think they're beautiful, especially when they get bigger. When they get bigger, they're absolutely amazing. And I've seen some big ones, pictures of big ones in the States and in the southern states, and needle palms that are old are just absolutely mind-blowing. Here's a picture of a dead Trachycarpus palm in Arkansas, big one. Let's just see. Austin just posted this. Happy Friday. Tall trachy. Yikes, it looks dead. I hope it recovers. It might recover. I don't know. Looks pretty crispy. But his Serrano repens, hey, the Serrano looks amazing. He's got a Serrano repens in Arkansas. It gets pretty cold in Arkansas, right? People don't realize how cold it can get in parts of Arkansas. Wow. Huh. And yeah, well, if that's all you can grow is needle palms, Rhipidophyllum hystrix, and sable minor, that's still pretty awesome, man. You know what I mean? And you can probably grow them really good in your area too, because you get that high summer heat, right? And we have 7 needle palms, and we have lots of sable minors here and there and everywhere. And if we move, if it pans out the way we want it to, I will be planting I'm going to start from scratch. Preferably, if we get a place, I might plant sable minor. And you should. I think the worst of the cold's behind you, Stephen. So if we get a piece of property on Vancouver Island, it will be hopefully a bare piece of property with not much landscaping. And then I can just load it up with palm trees. Wendy and I will plan it out, and it'll be a low maintenance garden. It'll be all palm trees. Money I'd totally buy. Oh, Yeah, you'd like it here, man. No, this property, you would love it. Gem State Tropics. I mean, Salt Spring Island's a pretty cool place. It's like there's a lot of like-minded people on Salt Spring Island. A lot of people that have questioned the narrative and kind of think the same as us. Critical thinkers. We'll call them critical thinkers. I bumped into a couple of them today when I was in town. I was standing in line at the bakery and I see a gal I've known for years, and I had my shirt on that says, unvaccinated, blah, 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 meat eater, gun owner. And she says, "Hey, Joe, I like that shirt." And because she's not jabbed either, right? So we got talking. She's an old timer. She was born here, right? So there's a lot of, then I talked to another guy, went outside, and I see Coconut Kelly walk by. Same thing. I said to Wendy, she's one of us. But anyway, yeah, you'd like this place. Gem State Tropics. Stephen, there are thousands of palm trees on this property. Wendy and I walked in the upper garden today, and there's so many palm trees. It would make you head spin. Like, there's seedlings, they're weeds. They're literally weeds on this property. Everywhere you look, there's palm seedlings and palm trees coming up all over the gardens. The best to start bare, and then you need patience. Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to be 59 at the end of this month, so I'm not getting any younger, but I will bring a lot of palm trees with me from the nursery, right? And we would mass plant. Hey, Palm Planet. We would mass plant a palmy jungle. That's what we do. And I want to be in an area that will be able to grow those sort of things. So close to the water, close to the ocean, and a good microclimate. That's the key. If we end up going over there and then heading down south to scope things out. So Wendy's idea now is, she says, "Joe, better to buy on Vancouver Island. Better to buy in Vancouver Island and then go down to Mexico and the Baja, and maybe we could buy like a condo down there or something and then rent it out." She'd rather than just live down there full time. She'd rather just live down there part time. She thinks Mexico's kind of sketchy, right? That's the best to start bare. It is barefooted gardener. I started this place bare. This was a bare canvas when I bought it 30 years ago. But yeah, you'll have to come up. And like I say, it might take a while to sell it. Hope all is well out there, Palm Planet. Hope the palms are thriving. Yeah, Gem State Tropics. I mean, you can travel freely throughout Canada now. We don't have any travel mandates here. There's zero travel mandates in Canada. My wife was at the airport the other day, and everything's normal at the airport. She says it was quite quiet at YVR. But I mean, you can drive here too. Driving would probably take you, I'm going to say, about 12 hours, maybe, from where you are, maybe 13 hours to drive to the coast, I bet. How far is it? Are you in Boise? You're in Boise, Idaho, right? Let's just see. How far is it from Boise to, yeah, you're in Boise. Okay, let's just find out how far it is. Boise to Vancouver. Boise or to Ganges on Salt Spring Island. Let's see what it says here. Does it say? How far? Well, we could go to, no, because Victoria would be farther. Let's just see. Distance. Boise, Idaho. I'm going to put the Salt Spring Island. It is, it's 10 hours and 36 minutes driving. That's what it says. It's 10 hours and 36 minutes to Salt. It's 1,066 kilometers in light traffic. It says Boise, Idaho, United States to Salt Spring Island, 10 hours, 36 minutes. That's not very far. Do you grow philodendron? No. I've tried it before and it didn't work. So 1,000, how far? How many miles is that? 1,066. 1,066 km to miles. Let's just see. It is 662 miles to Boise, Idaho from here. 662 miles. So not that far. Okay, distance from Salt Spring to Washington, D.C. Distance from Washington. That's a long way. DC to, it's got to be like 3,000 K. It is 4,702 kilometers. 4,702 kilometers. It's a long way, so it's not very far to Boise. It shows the map all the way to Salt Spring Island, the driving. It's a long drive. If you drove straight, it'd basically take you about 2 days to get from where you are to here. Because I'm looking at Salt Spring, because we're on the far west coast, right? It's a long drive. So Boise, not too far. Oh, it's funny. This popped up here. It says Salt Spring Island. It says Salt Spring Island as it's a unique currency called Salt Spring dollars that can be used at local businesses. Isn't that funny? It popped up here. I'm going to click it, see what it shows. There it is. Salt Spring Island currency. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's a website for Salt Spring Island currency. Currency was first issued September 2001. And then they made a silver coin in 2006. Oh, the first coins were minted in 2007. Yeah, I don't have any of their coins. Wow, cool. Salt Spring Island paper dollars. Hey, you have some, don't you, Stephen? Hey, Stephen, didn't I send you some Salt Spring currency? Yeah, 10 hours isn't that bad. It's farther to drive. It took me 12 hours to get from Edmonton to the coast. 16 hours to Miami. Not that bad. That's interesting. 2006. Huh. I sent you some, didn't I? Hey, Stephen, I sent you some Salt Spring dollars. I'll have to bring the money up if I come up there. If you want, or you can keep it as a souvenir. Yeah, but you can spend Canadian dollars here too, man. You know, only if you want to spend the Salt Spring currency here, you can spend the. They like American money better though. Bring American money because you're going to remember if you come up here, your American dollar is worth way more than a Canadian dollar, and Canadians love American money. You know what I mean? It goes a long way. So there's about 30 cents on every dollar. So every dollar you spend will go 30 cents farther for you, right? You can drive to, yeah, we can't do that. We can go to California. I mean, go down to California. It takes me to get to Southern California to Los Angeles driving straight. It's, what was it driving straight? I think it was it 19 hours, 20 hours? Let's just see. Distance, Vancouver. No, I'm going to go Salt Spring because I got to take a ferry off this island. Let's just see. Distance from Los. Let's see what it says here. I'm going to say it's got to be 2,000 kilometers. 2,092 kilometers. It's 19 hours and 51 minutes to drive from Salt Spring Island to Los Angeles because we have to take a ferry too, right? Palm Beach, Florida, or a bit north there. Yeah, so we can't go anywhere really tropical. There's no tropical places on our coast. And we can get down to California where there's lots of palm trees, but yeah. If you ever come up here, bring American money. We like American money. You know what? So we get a lot of Americans that stay at our bed and breakfast here, Stephen, and they pay. Wendy always gives them a deal. If they pay cash, they'll get a deal. But we get some that pay in American cash, and Wendy likes American cash. So she always gives them a better rate. If they pay cash, American cash, you're going to get a way better rate. You're going to get a way better deal. But we have somebody checking in tomorrow for 3 days. So I guess this is the start of it. We had somebody a couple of weeks ago and then somebody about a week before that. But this is the first 3-day booking in a while. It slows down in the winter and then it picks up. So now this is the time of year it's going to start picking up and she'll start to get lots of bookings, right? But Wendy runs the B&B. That's her thing. That is her thing. She's the B&B lady. I sometimes, I'll go down and clean the rooms up here and there. She's got 2 different accommodations here. But they're very nice accommodations, completely surrounded by exotic plants. You know, if you ever want to know, tell her. I'll give you Wendy's. Wendy's got the rate. Wendy would give you the rate because she does all that stuff. But you tell her you're a friend of mine. You go Here's her email. If you ever want to find out, and she'd give you a rate. Magnolia Petal, SSI at gmail.com. Tell her, just ask for prices. Just say, would I get a better rate if I paid cash? And I'm coming from the States. And her name's Wendy. You just tell her, she knows who you are, because I've told her, about you, and I've sent stuff to you in Idaho. Would you have a B&B? Yeah, Wendy's looking to do that. You know what I mean? She wants to get a decent size house, a newer house, but with like kind of like maybe an outbuilding or a basement suite where she can use it as a B&B and like have a garden B&B. I drove from Miami, DC in March, got home at Miami, DC, March, and got home at 4 a.m. Wow. Unreal. 4 a.m. So you drove straight. Be right back. Okay, Abstract Tom. Yeah, so if you ever want to find out, you know what? I'll ask her right now. Hang on. Hey, Wendy. My friend Steven came from Idaho. He's the one that was See, he says, would I get a good rate for these pieces? What would it be? Well, I don't know. We just inquired. I gave you your email. I don't know. I said, when he runs.
Oh, okay.
He runs.
I know.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good rate.
Yeah. Just say, yeah, we can, like say, you can do it for, like our winter rate is one.
So you give it to me. Yeah, okay, because the summer rate's 200.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Good, so
How much is it? What?
it's-
What is the summer rate?
Summer rate?
It's 240.
No, it's getting up there.
It's like 270. So he could have for 130 US. Okay. Hey, Steven. Okay, so Wendy said she'd give you a really good deal. She says, so the summer rate here is just about $300 a night. All right, she would give you the winter rate at $130 a night US if you wanted it, right? So summer rate is just around $300 a night, and she's booked out. She books out right through the summer months into fall, right? So she said, Stephen, if he decided he ever wanted to come, she'd give you the winter rate at $130 a night, which is actually cheap, very, very cheap. So that's a good rate. So anyways, mine. And we have two B&Bs here. One of them's a tiny house. It's got its own private garden and everything. And the other one is the accommodation at this end. And you got your own sun deck. You got your own, both of them have their own separate driveways, and you're surrounded by gardens. You could actually go online and see the accommodations. They're on booking.com too, but don't go through booking.com. I always book through Wendy. So if you ever decide to do that, you talk to Wendy, and she knows who you are. Just contact her. I mean, and then you can work something out with her. But I just talked to her. She's in the living room watching the show with her daughter, and she said you get the winter rate, and that's a good deal because everybody else got to pay the summer rate, right? I already have the email with Magnolia. Okay. Oh yeah. I sent you the card. Right. I sent you the business card. Okay, cool. I was the craziest thing driving coconut palms. I mean, our temperate climate. Isn't that crazy? I know. I remember driving down to California when I was 17 for the first time. And I remember seeing the first tall palm trees. They were was it Redding? I think it might have been Redding. And saw some tall palm trees. And it was awesome. Just absolutely awesome. So psyched to see them. Then we got down farther. It was like, there's some date palms. Once you got into Southern California, it was Palm Central Station. I'm 19. Would that be an issue because it can be no, you can be any age you want. We've had younger people stay here. No, anybody can stay here. I've had all ages of people stay at our B&B here. It doesn't really matter. We've had young people, old people. When you're 19 in Canada, you're pretty much legal to do everything, right? That's the drinking age here. No, Wendy does not care. Wendy doesn't care about that stuff, man. Yeah. No, you'd like it up here, man. You will love it. And then I can give you some palm seedlings to take back with you. You know what I mean? You tell them if they stop you at the border and ask what they are, just say it's They're greens. You're going to put them in your sandwich. You could have them in your sandwich. Pretend you're eating a sandwich and then stick the palm seedlings in your sandwich. They'll think it's lettuce, some sort of special lettuce. I need to bring some. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and hopefully we'll be here for a little bit longer, but I don't know how much longer because we are talking on moving. So, and but we have to sell this place first. So hopefully people that buy this place appreciate it as much as we did, because started the garden from scratch. I started the garden 3 decades ago. Wendy came into the picture. I've been with Wendy just about 11 years now. So she came into the picture a while ago, and then she added way more stuff to the garden. She just totally transformed the gardens, because me, it was just palms, 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 and more palms, really no flowers of any kind. I had some flowering trees, some exotic trees, but when Wendy came in, she added tons of rhodos, camellias, Japanese maples. Like she used to be like a landscaper back on the mainland back in the day. So she's got really good ideas. And mine was kind of like a mix mash of this and that. And then she just made it way better, way better. So yeah, the gardens are really big here. They are freaking huge gardens, like stretch hundreds of feet. These gardens. This is not like a tiny lot we live on. We live on acreage here. So I mean, you look out the back window and you go down the slope, and the gardens flow down into the ravine. And then I'm looking out every window of the house. You see exotica around, right? It's kind of like a latitude adjustment. You know what I mean? When you come here, it's kind of strange if you come from somewhere else, because it is actually hard to believe when you look out our windows that you're actually in Canada. That's what it looks. That's how it looks. Very, very tropical, even though we know it's not tropical. We know there's no tropical places here, but by choosing the right plants, by choosing the right palmy and exotic plants, you can create that look that you're much farther south. You know what I mean? It looks like, well, maybe you've taken a wrong turn and you've ended up somewhere else, right? And that's the cool thing about these hardy exotic plants. I mean, you look at these palms growing in DC, 20-foot, whatever, 25-foot tall windmill palms. There's huge needle palms or sable minors. It gives it that kind of like that tropical southern warm flair to a northern location. So even on a cool winter day, if you took pictures of those palm trees, and if you didn't have any deciduous trees in the background, you could actually fool somebody. You could actually fool somebody. Just like when I take those sunrise photos in town. Hey, you're back. Good to see you, Abstract Tom. When I take those sunrise photos or videos in town through the palm fronds, so it can be a cool winter day. It could be 40 degrees out there. And when I'm standing behind the palm trees and looking out at a sunrise, it gives you the illusion that maybe you're in the South Seas or somewhere warmer. So I often see people taking a picture of the sunrise, and the palm trees are behind them, right? And they're out in front of the ocean. And then they see me come up, and I says, this is where you should be standing to take the sunrise photo. So I stand behind the palm trees and I get it just right to shoot my video behind the palm fronds, and it looks like the South Seas. And then I look at their photo. I said, show me your photo. And it's just the sun coming up out of the ocean. And I said, I show them my photo, and they go, oh my God, wow. That makes it so much better, doesn't it? And so I said, stand behind here and just take the same photo you did, but with palm fronds in it. And it kind of knocks it up a notch, doesn't it? It kicks it up a notch when you have palm fronds. So when you're on Maui, you take a picture of a sunrise or a sunset. Yeah, it looks nice with the ocean. But if you stand behind the palm trees and you got the coconut palms in there, especially a video, it's 10 times better. I've been able to fool people into thinking those Salt Spring palm pictures are... It's crazy, isn't it? And I have hundreds of videos of sunrise, Salt Spring sunrise and palm trees. And a lot of people are fooled. I use the crosshairs on my phone to get the rule of... Oh, cool. I don't have a phone, but that sounds pretty cool. Well, if you come here one day, Stephen, I will show you some palmy things, and I can take you to Grace Point. I'll show you the palms along the waterfront that I always take pictures of. There's palms all through town, and big eucalyptus trees. All through town, you'll see the eucalyptus trees. I planted some many years ago. The one in Centennial Park growing in the center of town is massive. It is huge. It's got branches on it like this. It's probably 70 feet tall. It's a big alpine cider gum. And then Grace Point, there's lots of them. And then I can show you the biggest eucalyptus trees on Salt Spring Island too. There are some monster size. Then there's Seabreeze Hotel. We planted the whole place up with palm trees in 2001, I think it was. And the parking lot's lined with them. They're all over the place. So this weekend I will be planting palms. Good, nice. Spread those seeds. Johnny Palm Seed. Keep spreading those seeds, Alex. I don't know how many more I'm going to spread here. Wish I could grow some giant. You know what you should try is well, if you visit here one day, maybe we can get you some seed, some eucalyptus tree seed. There's a nice snow gum growing in front of Ganges Marina. And a guy messaged me last week. He wants seed from it. And there's no seed on it. It's all fallen off. It's millions of flower buds. So once they flower, again, it flowers every year. Those will be this year's seed pods. So it won't be till fall. I will be planting some ukes this spring. Cool. So Debuzavilli, Parvula, Neglecta, Archeri, Gunnii, Passiflora, Johnstonii is not really a good one. Here it's okay, but it's kind of marginal. I did a hard pruning on our eucalyptus today. Really, really hard pruning. I cut them back hard on our Nitons. So they're just getting too big and out of hand. So I cut the tops off of them. Yeah, Neglecta is a nice one. There's some really big eucalyptus Neglecta on Salt Spring Island. Big. There's a grove of them as you drive out of town. The guy planted them. When did he plant them? It must have been about a decade ago. Maybe a little over a decade ago. And they're big. They're big trees now. They're huge. And they thrive. We got Neglecta in our garden. We got a lot of different varieties, but like I say, the biggest ones we cut down. We cut them all down. They're just getting out of hand here. They're too hard to control and too dangerous. You always, have to watch some species of eucalyptus. They're very dangerous because they will drop branches without warning when they get big. And sometimes big branches like that will come crashing down. Big chunks of bark will come off, thick bark. And if that stuff hits you in the head, man, ouch. So, and they were right in front of one of our B&Bs, and the mess they made, oh my God, leaves constantly and bark everywhere, big chunks of bark. So that's why we got the arborist to cut them down. The tallest were 100 feet tall. The other ones 75 to 80 foot tall. And anyway, we had them all cut down. When you visit here, I will show you the stumps. They're massive, massive stumps. Do the logs? No. The logs don't smell if you burn them, but they do smell if you cut them up with a chainsaw. I cut up so much eucalyptus firewood, and I have videos of it. It smells so good. It's like, you know what it smells like? It smells like Vicks Vapor Rub. That's what it smells like, Vicks Vapor Rub. It is absolutely amazing. And we have a woodshed full of eucalyptus wood that we've been drying. So we haven't even used it yet. And I did split a bunch more firewood today. Not a lot. I had 3 big rounds left. But the logs smell once you put a chainsaw through them. The bark smells, and the leaves. Yeah, the leaves smell good too. Very, very nice. I love eucalyptus trees, but that's one tree I would not plant at our new garden. If we got a smaller yard, I will not be planting a eucalyptus tree just because the roots are so greedy. They starve everything else around it. They suck the nutrients out of the soil. They suck the moisture out of the soil, and the palm trees around them suffer. So never, ever plant eucalyptus trees around your palm trees, because I can show you palm trees that are just now starting to grow after decades of abuse from the eucalyptus trees. So the eucalyptus trees are gone now, and now the palm trees are growing because there's no competition. But those palms sat there forever doing nothing, and now they're actually growing, and 2 of them actually flowered and seeded, which was cool. So there you go. And they are beautiful trees. I love eucalyptus. I like Eucalyptus degelucta. Eucalyptus degelucta is absolutely a beautiful tree. One of my favorites. But we could never grow that here. Perriniana is a good one to grow too. Eucalyptus, Perriniana, the spinning gum. And, I was in town today, and I planted several palms in front of the Tourist Information Center / Chamber of Commerce building when they were babies. They're big palms now, as tall as the 2-story building. And I planted a eucalyptus tree there years ago as a little seedling. I took the seed off of a local eucalyptus tree, and it's a Perineana. It gets loaded with seed on it, so that's a good one to try too. Spinning gum, nice hardy tree that you might want to try in Washington D.C. But there's lots of different species that grow here on Salt Spring Island. There are some big eucalyptus trees on Salt Spring Island, and if you ever come up this way, Stephen, I will show you these. You can take some pictures. Make sure you bring your camera. We will we'll shoot some videos. We can do a live stream. We could actually do a live stream right here. When Dave White with Dreamy Eyes comes down, we've done live streams. Dave has stayed with us twice now. Dave White with Dreamy Eyes. Last time he was out, he's with his daughter, which was last May, and we live streamed. We went down to the beach. We cruised around. It was fun. We had a good time, and then we had dinner. We made some dinner here. He brought some wine. I made some pasta. I think we had pasta. Yeah, and then the first time they came, they stayed in the tiny house. We have a tiny house B&B too. The tiny house is super cool. Usually more for younger people, but the tiny house is pretty funky. It's got a king-size bed upstairs. It's got the bathroom. You walk outside to this huge indoor bathroom, which is super cool. That's called Arbutus Blossom. And that B&B, little tiny house, is under 100-foot tall native arbutus trees. Beautiful, beautiful arbutus trees. There's a 6-foot tall or bigger Yucca gloriosa in there. There's a palm out front, Camarops. It's pretty cool B&B. I grew a cordyline. I was planted 5 years when I started to grow. Oh, cool. Dracaena spike, right on. Yeah, they actually took a hit last December of 2021. A lot of them, and they're coming back. Dave and Colleen are awesome. They are. Dave and Colleen are very nice people. There's his family right there. Dave's family right there. I got the picture right in front of me there. Very nice people. This was when they came the first time in 2018 and stayed at our upper B&B. We had a lot of fun. He's a fun guy and very nice family. This is his daughter that was here this time. That's his daughter. There's his wife back there. So she was here, and we did a live stream with her. It was great. She was in here in the man cave doing the live stream. This is my man cave. I definitely need a man cave if we move. I need my own space. I need my radio room set up, and I can't wait to get my my power supply back. I blew it up. I was running too much power. It finally fried it. It took its toll on it after 10 years of hard use. Thank God my buddy is a techie and he knows how to work on the thing. So he's ordered some parts for it, and he's going to fix it for me. And once I get back, then I'll be back on track and I can be shooting more skip. What in the restaurants or bars would you recommend up on it? Oh, man. Okay, so we have Moby's Pub, which I used to go to when I was a lot younger. There's Harbor House Hotel. There is lots of restaurants here. There's no shortage of restaurants on Salt Spring Island. There's Oyster Catcher restaurant. There's the Tree House, which is cool. There's a big tree growing through the middle of it, right in town. In Ganges, there's lots. There's Antipestos. There's the pasta place, the noodle bar. There's sushi places. There's Salt Spring Inn. There's House Piccolo. There's Hastings House. Woodley's at the Harbor House. There's pizza places. It's endless. And actually, they're making a brand new restaurant just around the corner from us here. The old one closed. New people bought it. It's going to be a seafood restaurant, and that's like a 5-minute drive from us. And that's right on the very north end of the island at a little community called Fernwood. There's a pier you can walk out on. There's a coffee shop that's supposed to be open in May. There's also a Seaside Kitchen in Vesuvius. Vesuvius is just around the corner from us too. There's a ferry terminal there that gets you to Vancouver Island, and it's really good seafood there. Seaside Kitchen, but they have burgers. They have everything you want there. So there's a restaurant on the south end called Rock Salt. On the very south end of Salt Spring Island, there's a little village called Fulford Village. And right then there's a ferry terminal there, and there's little stores. There's a general store that sells everything. They got good food in there. But there's also an awesome restaurant called Rock Salt Cafe, and it's really good food. A&W, and there's A&W on Vancouver Island too. They do have A&Ws. None here. There's no fast food here. Have you ever French pressed coffee? Yeah, we have that in the B&Bs. There are French presses. The B&B guests love them. So both of our B&Bs have French presses. I don't really drink coffee. I drink tea, but I did splurge today, and Wendy bought me an Americano. We went out. She took me out for an Americano today. But yeah, there's the bar here would be well, all the restaurants serve booze, but the bar is S. Waddington. Hello, how's it going? Good to see you in there. Happy face emoji. Yeah, and so all the restaurants here have bars in them. I'm trying to think what other restaurant there is. Oh, we have Roasters Coffee Shop, Salt Spring Roasting Company. They have Barb's Buns, which is good food. MB Bakery. There's a lot of place to eat. Oh, there's an amazing Montreal smoked meats deli sandwich shop here. Oh, they make the most. And I'm not a sandwich guy. Best sandwiches you will ever eat at the deli. I have ever drank in a single cup. You've never drank? Is that right? Eh? Wow. Yeah. No, I drink tea. I drink nettle tea. I know you from Salt Spring. I was there. I found a palm in Mowat's. Oh, that palm came from me in Mowat's Park. Gem State. Thanks, Gem State Tropics. Awesome. You deserve a deal. I told Wendy, you're the man that supports this channel, so you got to give him a good deal. So yeah, you can come up anytime. We're always here, but just make sure to book with Wendy first, because it does start to book up through the summertime. I knew you knew it was mine. Well, if you look around town, S. Waddington, when you come to Salt Spring Island, there's lots of palm trees that I planted around town. There's big ones growing besides a Home Hardware in town with Eucalyptus gunnii divaricata. I put those in years ago. Big one growing in front of a Grace Point Square. I planted that 22 years ago, and it's getting big now. And then I've thrown seed all over Mowat's Park, so there are probably more palms. Did you? No, I never introduced palms here, Stephen. The oldest palms growing on Salt Spring were planted in the 1960s. I can show them to you. Okay, no, I've been growing palms here since the 1980s, but palms have been here long before me. It's just that I'm more of a palm pusher. So when I worked at a large nursery many, many years ago, I used to push palms. That's what I used to do. I was the palm and exotic plant pusher. So since I've been here, I can tell you one thing. There's a lot more palms in people's gardens. Subscribe to Tropical Plant Party and Michigan Tropics on YouTube. Tropical Plant Party. Sounds like a cool channel. Tropical Plant Party. Sounds like fun. I know Michigan Tropics. That's what's his name? He's on Facebook. He's on my Facebook page. But anyway, thanks, Gem State Tropics, Stephen. I totally appreciate it. And it'd be cool to meet you. And I would take you across the street to our beach too and show you the palms growing in our nature trail. We walk right to the beach from here. It's absolutely amazing. It's a really cool location. We're 15-minute drive north of town, the village, and it's quiet up here. It's very, very nice, quiet area. I could show you my friend's place around the corner from us, backside of our place. He's got lots of palm trees. There's lots of palm trees around this area and lots of cool plants, right? But you just got to know where to find them. So you don't always see them from the road because they're hiding in people's gardens. And I've been here long enough to know where palm trees are hiding. There's lots of palm trees and lots of old palm trees. So, I started planting them here in the 1989 palm trees on Salt Spring Island, but they've been here long before I ever came to the island. There's a few big ones hiding in people's gardens, but I've sold, I'm going to say, thousands of palm trees to people here on Salt Spring Island over the years, right? So there's a lot of palm trees here, and they're in the public eye now. They weren't really in the public eye before. The only two I knew of that were in the public eye were growing in front of our hospital. There's two big Trachycarpus palm trees growing in front of Lady Minto Hospital, and Jeff planted those of the plant farm, and I would take you there to see his place. You'd be blown away. It's a nursery, but he's got this amazing display garden, a landscape garden, and it's huge. It's so exotic with huge palm trees. He's got citrus growing in there. Have you ever seen Crime Pays? I like that guy. He's good, man. I've watched him many times. He's got that New York accent. Pretty great and funny YouTube channel. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen him many times. I subscribe to him. He's a good guy. I love his stuff. And I think he's got lots of subscribers too, right? I mean, I just do this for fun. YouTube's just a hobby for me. Yeah, Chicago. There we go. But it sounds like he's got a accent from New York, kind of, doesn't he? Yeah, he's kind of got that tough guy accent, right? But good channel. Like, I haven't watched him for a while, but I've seen a lot of his stuff and I've commented on his stuff. The stars at night would add to the fact. Yeah, Salt Spring Island is dark at night. When the lights are out here, Tom, it's pitch black. Okay, absolutely pitch black. So when you stand outside, there's no city glow anywhere. We're too far from Vancouver, and you just see stars. You see millions of stars, and it's beautiful. Hey, you know what we saw today? I'll tell you something super cool. Wendy and I are driving to town, and this hawk flies right in front of our vehicle with a live rat, a big rat in its talons. It's got this rat hanging there. And then, so we stopped and it landed on the side of the road, and the rat was still alive and it was going to start eating it. We had to go. We didn't watch. If I had my camera, I would have shot a video, but Mother Nature, man, it caught a rat and it flew like literally right in front of my truck and then landed on the side of the road. And it's like Wendy and I are looking at this thing. Oh my God. It was a big rat too. Big rat. And the rat was still kind of moving, and it was in its claws and its talons. It wasn't even a big hawk. I mean, the hawk was maybe about this big. It wasn't a huge hawk, maybe a Cooper's hawk or something, but good on that hawk for catching a rodent, right? Because rats are not very good. You certainly don't want them in your house. You don't want rats in your house. But anyway, yeah, Gem State Tropics, yeah, come out, let us know. Definitely let us know and contact Wendy. Thought that killed the rat was natural. So absolutely amazing to see that hawk kill a rat. You know, another time we went outside because there's a lot of owls here. You go outside at night and you hear owls all over the place here. And one day Wendy goes out there and she says, "Hey, Joe, check this out. There's an owl and it had a rat, and it was sitting on the branch and it had a rat. It was eating the rat, right? It was crazy. They're big owls here. They're big barred owls. I was out there yesterday. I was hear this woo woo. And they're noisy. They're really, really loud. I love the sound of them though. So, and I got some really good videos of owl footage here on this channel, right? So they're cleaning up rodents. They're eating mice. They're eating rats. Mice I really don't care about too much, but rats, you don't want those things around. They're kind of gross, right? So got to watch it. If you got a bird feeder around your garden, it will attract rats. And there are rats on Salt Spring Island, right? 2-legged ones and 4-legged ones. A snowy owl was released into the Orlando grasslands. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Yeah, we don't have any snowy owls here. We have barred owls, and I don't know what other owl. We have a couple of different types of owls here, but they're big owls, a natural preserve. So good. So that's a owl in a safe place. Owl in a safe place. Yeah. It'd be cool, though, man. Anyway, I'm excited. If you ever make it out here, Stephen, that would be really, really cool. And Salt Spring Island's very easy to get to. And you book a ferry, you get to Tsawwassen Ferry Terminal, you can put it on GPS. I always book your ferry in advance. And direct sailing is an hour and 30 minutes across from Tsawwassen, which is a ferry terminal quite south of Vancouver on the coast. Tsawwassen is one town you have to see, man. It's full of palm trees. The streets are lined with palm trees. That's right near the ferry terminal, gets you to Salt Spring Island. It's a coastal community. And you hop on the ferry. You cruise across over to the southern Gulf Islands, and if you don't get a direct ferry, it's a 3-hour ferry ride. It stops Galliano, Maine, Pender, then Salt Spring. We're the farthest southwest of the southern Gulf Islands, and it lands you at Long Harbor. And yeah, just GPS it. It's easy. You can't get lost in Salt Spring. You cannot get lost here. You got to remember, there's no overpasses, there's no traffic lights. There's not a lot of traffic. We're on a rural island. The roads are windy, narrow. It's beautiful. It's very, very rural. We're on a rural island. It's nothing like the city, nothing like the mainland. Completely different. It's like when you come to Salt Spring, you step back in time. It's a lot slower pace of life, although it does get busier with tourists in the spring and summer months. Spring right now it's spring break, so I noticed it is definitely busier in the village. Last time I took a ferry was, wow, mainland of Wisconsin, very remote island, Lake Michigan called Washington. Cool. That is cool. Yeah, I take ferries all the time, man. All the time. I try not to go to the mainland that much. I was over on the mainland in February, I think, with Wendy. She took a course, but yeah, you'd like it here, Gem State Tropics. Everybody that visits Salt Spring really likes Salt Spring Island, and we do get a lot of American guests here at our B&B. And like I say, so when you're on Salt Spring, you're going to see a lot of American plates. You know, like today I saw Nevada, you know, you'll see Florida, you'll see Georgia. You'll see New Jersey, Iowa, plates from all over the place, Washington, Oregon. A lot of those people have houses here. They have homes on Salt Spring Island. So some of them live here 6 months, and then there's other Americans that have moved here permanently. But there are lots of Americans on Salt Spring. Need to head out soon. Okay, thanks, man. Have a good barbecue. Have a good barbecue there, man. Burgers. I'm envious. And I'm going to shut this down soon, too. Chicago is the city of big city opticals. Cool. The Windy City we call Chicago. And Illinois is the land of Lincoln, right? Land of Lincoln. Maybe Lincoln was from there. Was Lincoln from Illinois? Land of Lincoln. Anyway, Gem State Tropics, thanks, buddy. I appreciate your support. That's very nice of you. I don't expect anything from anybody, but I totally appreciate it. So like I say, when you show up here, I will make sure to send you back with a lot of my palm seedlings. All right? We'll load you up with palm seedlings, some hybrids, and some, we'll give you some hybrids and some Trachycarpus fortuna regulars and some palm seed too. Then we just go to town and pull some off some of the trees. Lincoln was born in Kentucky. So why do they call it Land of Lincoln? I'm curious because they call Illinois Land of Lincoln. Whenever I'm on the radio, it's always been Land of Lincoln is Illinois. There's got to be a reason they call it that. So he was born in Kentucky, the bluegrass state. Every state has its name, right? So we know Idaho's Gem State, Illinois' Land of Lincoln, Kentucky's bluegrass, Tennessee's volunteer state, Arkansas Razorback, Show Me State is Missouri. It goes on and on and on, right? Because he lived there. Okay, gotcha. He lived there. Land of Lincoln. Okay, interesting. I did not know that. That's a good history. You just taught me something. Learning something new every day. Awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And I'm glad I did this live stream. It's fun. I will be doing more live streams when the weather gets nicer. I will take this outside into the garden and do live streams. I will miss this place. If this place sells, I will totally miss this place because I love living here. But like I said, at our age, we're thinking on downsizing because when we get too old, it'll be a lot of work here, right? So we want to get like a 1-level house preferably, but if we get a 2-level house with a suite in it, she could do a B&B. If not, there will be no B&B, but we will definitely create a garden. Lincoln lived in an old log cabin in Southeast. Wow, cool. Back in the 1860s. I think he was assassinated in 1861, something like that, right? Something like that. And that was a long time ago. Long time ago. Salt Spring was settled in the 1850s. So, I mean, a lot newer than, say, most places in the States. The States was settled a lot longer than Salt Spring Island. But the oldest part of Canada is back east. And you go to the Maritimes and Montreal, where it was settled like I think it was like the 1600s or something like that. Let me find out. When was Quebec settled? Size of the house. I think the best size for you would be this house right here is about 2,000, I think, square feet, something like that. Something like that. It's up there. It's up there. It's got 3 bathrooms, and then we got another bathroom. So we actually have 4 bathrooms. When was Montreal for a smaller house? Because it's just Wendy and I, Tom, and the bigger the house you have, the more it costs to heat everything. So more to clean. Everything, right? So a smaller house is just less work. And 1383 would be perfect. I would be fine. I would be fine. Wow. Yeah, some people just love huge houses, and I like cozy myself. This is actually a really cozy house. It's a really nice house. You know, it was custom built by the builder. I heard that Canada was the first under 30. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go to bed. Oh, okay. Take care, Barefooted Gardener. Thank you very much for joining in, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a good sleep. May your palm trees flourish. Right. And if you ever come out and visit me one day, I will give you some seedling. Whoever visits me, whoever comes to our garden, I always give them some seedlings. Like even B&B guests. We had a couple of girls here from Nova Scotia. When were they here? A week or 2 weeks ago. And I sent them back to Nova Scotia with some palm seedlings. And he says, you better contact me and let me know how these things are going. I told them what to do with them. And they said they have never seen any palm trees in Nova Scotia. So I says, here's some salt spring palms and protect them in the wintertime and let me know how it goes. Right. But anyway, thanks a lot, Barefooted Gardener. Have a good sleep, buddy. And we will see you next live stream. I wasn't planning on going this long. I maybe hit another 14 minutes. And then I'm going to head to bed too. All right. So sweet dreams, buddy. Abstract Tom, there's 2 islands. Did you know that? Did you know there's 2 islands off the Atlantic coast of Canada, off of Newfoundland, that are owned by France? So you can actually, and it's European. They're European, and it's a ferry ride from Newfoundland to these islands. And you can see Newfoundland from there. They're that close, and you're in France. These are French islands owned by France. It's called Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon. Look it up, Saint-Pierre-et-Miquelon. And they're these, a lot of history there. They were settled ages ago, and they are French islands. They have the French flag flying. The vehicles have French license plate. They use euro there, and it's right beside Canada. Isn't that nuts? This is France right beside Canada, right beside Newfoundland. And I only found out about this probably about maybe 8 years ago from a guy that moved here from Newfoundland. It is unbelievable. I'm going to find you a video. It'll blow you away. Saint Pierre. Saint Pierre-et-Miquelon. You got to check this out, man. Here we go. Right here. 48 hours on Saint Pierre. And these islands, I'm going to give you the link. Okay, there's the link there. Now I got to get back to my live. Okay, I'm on another computer now, so let me tune. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Let's go to the live feed here. We are live. And where are we? Can I put that? Oh, yeah, here. Okay. I'm going to put the link in there for you. You see, check that link out when you have time. This will blow you away. These islands are beside Canada. And if you want to go to France from Canada, you just take I don't know how long the ferry is, a 30-minute ferry ride or something. Let's just see. I want to see how long it takes. It's beautiful there. It is absolutely amazing. They have amazing bakeries, amazing, wines. I want to see distance, ferry distance, ferry ride from Saint Pierre. Let's find this out here. Okay, let's just see how long it takes. Distance. Sorry, I'm looking on my other computer. Distance from. How do I find that? Ferry ride Saint Pierre to Newfoundland. Time crossing. Tickets. Daily rate vehicles. It's cheap. What? $15 Canadian? You got to be kidding me. That's way cheaper than our ferry. That doesn't make sense. Wow. I would love to go see that place. Ferry. It's one Just a minute. There it is right here. I'm going to see the ferry ride trip. It tells you the time. I'm curious. It says there's the ferry. Kind of looks like our ferry. I'm reading. Sorry, guys. I think it's an hour. There's restaurants there too. Lots of restaurants. No palm trees though. The ferry trip is only 1.5 hours. It's only 1.5 hours each way. The ferry trip is only 1.5. Okay, it's 1.5 hours. It's only 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours to get to France from. No palm trees in that there on the, no, there's no palm trees there. It's too cold. But there's a lot of cool buildings there. So it's a direct sailing from Newfoundland to Saint Pierre Miquelon is 1.5 hours. A direct sailing from Tsawwassen, south of Vancouver, to Salt Spring is 1.5 hours. So we're basically, I don't know, we are 23, 25 miles off the coast, our island, something like that. And that's about how far it is from Newfoundland. Isn't that cool? That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. So I'm going to turn me off now. I don't need to watch me anymore. There we go. Okay. But anyway, check out that video when you have time. It's territory of France. Yeah, it is. It's a territory of France. And it's French. It is French. They're 20 kilometers off Newfoundland. 20 kilometers. That is cool, man. Yeah, it's a territory, but it is France. I think that's pretty awesome. So they have French everything there. And I'm looking at the cars. They got the French plates on them. So close. 20K from Newfoundland. I think that is pretty rad, man. Who would know that, right? No, I bet you a lot of people don't even know that. So that's one place to check out. If you want to go to France and you don't want to fly overseas, just take the ferry from Newfoundland, right? Pretty awesome. Yeah. Yep. That's where I got to go. That's on my bucket list too. I'd really like to see it, but only. No Eiffel Tower. Yeah, they need an Eiffel Tower there. Yeah, can you imagine an Eiffel Tower on their island? Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm just about at the end of my stream here. Just about at the end of my stream. It's been a good stream. And I'm looking at palms. I'm on people who love palm trees and exotic plants. With many variety palms, coconut palms, 260 coconut. I'm looking at some palm trees in Australia. Guy just posted some pictures of some. There's a picture of a Washingtonia palm growing in England. Oh my God, just absolutely beautiful. Huge Washingtonia. Wow. 11:50. Okay, well, you guys better get to bed. And I'm going to go for another 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I'll go 2 hours, and then we're going to shut her down. Then I'm going to shut her down. Wow. Lots of stuff to read on this Palm site. There's a Palm site I'm on. I started this Palm site years ago, and there's a lot of cool pictures. $11:50. It's 9:52 p.m. here on the Gulf Island. I'll tell you what time it is before I sign off soon. Or not time. Temperature 6.2 degrees Celsius. 6.2 degrees. So it's about 43 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And let's see here. Where's my camera? That. It's been a fun live stream. Plants are a gift. Yes, I agree with you. He's the creator of everything around us, except this camera I'm holding. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, I sure hope to meet Steven one day. He seems like a pretty cool dude. And I would love to show him around. To show him around our island. I think Steven would love our island, and take some cool pictures. Maybe even shoot some videos. I'm looking at some pictures of some Bismarckies. Oh man. I'm looking at pictures of Hawaii right now, and I just love. I wish I was on Maui right now, man. It's just like I don't know if you've ever been to Maui, Tom. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm looking at sea turtles on Maui. So much stuff grows on the Hawaiian Islands. It's just absolutely amazing. I need to go back. I need to go back to Maui. A lot of stuff to see and do there, man. If you like palm trees, Tom, you'd love Maui. Time is it? 1:59. Okay, I'm just about done here, guys. I'm just looking at some palmy pictures here. Can't get enough of palms, right? Looks like we made it to 2 hours. It's kind of Maui because the ocean lights. Is it humid? No. It can be humid, but not like Florida. Florida, I find, is way more. Miami, I found way more humid than Maui. I mean, Maui does have some humid days, especially after it rains, but it's it's nice. I love the climate there. Okay, I think it's time to roll here, guys. You better get some sleep. I get some sleep. 47626. Okay, guys. Hey, Honolulu would be. Yeah, I like Honolulu. I've been there 20 times. You know that? Well, more than 20 times. I've been to Oahu 20 times and 6 times to Maui. So, uh, yeah, I've been to Honolulu a lot of times. And Honolulu's fun. There's tons of stuff to do in Honolulu. You'd like it there too, especially being a young guy. And you know what? You'd like Waikiki too. Everything's good about the Hawaiian Islands, you know? So if you ever get a chance, visit the Hawaiian Islands one day. The people are great. The culture's good. Climate's good. It's all good, man. You can't go wrong with the Hawaiian Islands. Beautiful, remote, tropical islands in paradise, right? Anyway, you take care. I'm going to roll. It's getting late now. You better get to bed. You guys are way ahead of us in time. And we will see you next live stream there, Abstract Tom and everybody else. Cheers and aloha from the Gulf Islands. I always appreciate you guys joining in our live streams here. Thank you very much. It's always fun. Have a good night, everybody. See you next time. Aloha. Shaka wave.